Hey everybody, it's your friend Kevin here with today's Divine Daily Blast. I hope you're well, I hope you're thriving. I hope you're ready for a joyful day. Here we go. Angel numerology number 7 day today. I like the number 7. It's typically a time of spiritual awakening, spiritual wisdom, good fortune, suggesting we're on the right path, and represent a period of good luck. Don't we all need a little bit of good luck lately? That's about all I got to say about that. Let's see. My isms. I am perfection unfolding. I'm focused on love. I'm feeling joy. And my aim is to be content, which is why the number 7 is a focus. Are you focusing on glass half empty or glass half full? Are you focusing on the joys and the abundance you've got in your life? Or are you sort of being pulled back into the muck and the mire of the general energy? It's all energy, and we get to change it however we want to change it. The love angels have a message. When you have any fears surrounding love in your life, ask for our guiding hands to bring healing and reassurance that all will be well. I believe in the power of love. I allow for healing in all my relationships, including the one I have with myself. What relationship do you have with yourself? I like how this picture, the artist, drew a heart and then she put a crown on the top of it. And I think generally, I believe as little ones, children, we sort of have that sense of make-believe, magic. We sort of have these invisible friends, whether we call them fairies or angels, and we can make believe anything we want to make believe. We can play dress up. And for the most part, until we go to school, we're allowed to just be who we want to be, believe in our whimsical, fanciful craziness. No one really says anything. Certainly no one stops us. I would say that adults, as long as we're quiet and content, whether we're drawing or reading or having a really expressive day, they don't seem to be bothered much. And then we climb the ladder of conforming to other people's whims and fancies. And then we learn that this is good and that's not good, and this is right and that's not right, and this is this and that is that. And we start forming opinions like other people. And then we go on and on and on. And eventually we want to be more like this or more like that or more like the other, instead of being who we are. Fighting that need to be seen, to be heard, and that is ever more present in today's cultural society. Wanting to be seen, wanting to be heard, wanting this message or that message to go across, it's all the same. I believe that we're all perfect and we're all unfolding. Just like plants, I think I shared with you, I recently got into houseplants. Don't ask me why. Another one of my little quirks. And I don't really dive too deep into the spiritual meaning of why I've decided to collect plants, but there was this feeling of joy around them. The joy of seeing how new leaves in a very short period of time just keep growing. And how the general feeling of I've given these living beings a place to be, a window ledge to sit on, the sun coming in and giving them growth and all of that stuff. And that's just so simple. But the energy of it is greater than the simplicity of it. Think about that. What energy are you focusing on? And is your energy greater than the simplicity of it? Should be. Simple joys lift the energy. And if you notice how material things temporarily fill the void, and then we go back to the simplicity of everything. The sky beings are with us all week long. Been with us for a couple of weeks actually. Beginning to see things from a higher perspective. And thank you, sky beings, for helping me see things differently, helping me hear things differently, helping me understand things differently, helping me process things differently. Ask yourself, how do you process something today as opposed to how you processed something a year ago, 6 months ago, 3 months ago? Did you process the same information in the same way, or are you seeing things a little differently? And is the difference that you're seeing things, does it make you feel lighter, brighter, better, or not? Just an observation, not a judgment. Hathor, Hathor, Hathu, however you say this. An Egyptian goddess. Light activation, acceleration, brilliance. Stand in your light. And that is working out how we process, how we feel. Where is it simple? Where is it complicated? And here's Louise Hay's daily little blast from her. I accept only healthy relationships and I deserve to be treated well. There's that word, deserve, and treated. How are you treating yourself? Are you treating yourself like you deserve? There's a little bit of a difference between entitlement and deserving. We deserve to be treated well. Then why is it we don't treat ourselves properly? We don't treat ourselves well. We don't read wellness books or talk to wellness people. Eventually, as the general mood and general energy around you, within you, the light shines brighter, the spiritual kind of pathway illuminates, all of that darkness and all of that debauchery seems to fall away. Seems to sort of get drowned out, blinded. Because we're lining up with a different process, lining up with a different energy, refusing to sort of buy into it. But then there are some that still are. It's like they're on two different trajectories. The moon has moved herself into Aries. And the energies are potent as the moon moves back into this first sign of the zodiac, the fire sign of Aries. Aries is about action. Come on, let's go. I haven't got time for this. Let's move on. A new cycle beginning. You've got the power. So we should sort of use that power to harness this feeling of allowing healing relationships, particularly the one we have with ourselves. Now, here we go with the Ciro Marchetti deck card I pulled on Sunday. This is a 10 of coins. And we see our lush little paradise here with the Venus symbol in the sign of Virgo. Well, here's the Venus symbol right up here in the sky. And here's the sign of Virgo right there. And then we've got our toucans that are collecting the coins in this powerful, really, tropical paradise. Looks like the rainforest. And they're going out like magpies, collecting all that they need to collect, and creating a pile of it. Jewels, money, opulence. I should have said it's Mercury in Virgo, because this is not necessarily the sign of Venus. This is the sign of Mercury. This is the Virgo sign. A couple of enterprising toucans are adding their pile of coins. And this image being tropical, there's a tree covered like little cave, if you will, promontory, butterflies. They're echoing these toucan bills. So this card is telling us that we're in the advanced stage of a project. And so the resources we've got going on, that simplicity, that love, that light, that energy is stable, settled, needing only minimal actions. So in other words, try to get the best, more active result from minimal effort. Learn to minimalize. Learn to offload so much material stuff. The card is straightforwardly describing success. Now, if we had to look at this in the negative, because we do have to balance things out, it might be appropriate if someone gets what they want but finds that the wanting was more enjoyable than the having. That's an important message. Where we go after seeking our goals and our dreams and looking at things that we'd like to have, salivating over how life might be, the fantasy world. Have you ever got what you really thought you wanted and realized, I don't really know if I want this anymore? I know I've done that a lot. The phases of life, the indulgences of life. All right, fairies everywhere. Bring us a message to pull all this in. Love, focus, seeing things from a higher perspective. Feels like I don't really have too much of a message today other than self-acceptance, self-reliance, that lull before any kind of activity. Confidence. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Same as on the cover of the box. How confident are you in your abilities? How confident are you? I would say how satisfied. This is confidence, but it's also leaning into focusing on confidence, but focusing on the magic of accepting yourself, the healing power of relationships. Feels about right. When we go through life with confidence, it seems like nothing really matters. Well, it does, but it doesn't seem to be as bothersome as if we don't have the courage or we don't have the confidence. So, today, my friends, wear confidence like a crown. Rise up to any occasion. Confidence is your magnetic pull into more positive situations, the ones you deserve. And you have to believe in yourself, not your limitations. I think that's a general message for today. Treat yourself well, be confident in your abilities, and try not to be so hard on yourself. When things aren't quite working out when you want them to work out, doesn't mean to say they won't. It just means that divine timing has delayed things a bit. And if things is no longer appealing to you, divine is saying something better is around the corner. You need to drop this. Right, my friends, that's it from me. Stay tuned for tomorrow. Until then, thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing, and thanks for supporting the channel. Bye for now.